Yes, karibuni tena to the show.
Thank you.
So, what is National Take a Hike Day? Let's just start
Joyce,
there.
interesting you should ask.
Uh-huh.
Until I started hiking, I didn't know there was a National Take a Hike Day. It's a US celebration, which we're hoping can also become a Kenyan thing.
Okay.
Because we've seen other commemorative days that have been done before, brought into Kenya. Valentine's is one of them, and others to name a few, Mother's Day, Father's Day, all those commemorations. So we're hoping also Take a Hike Day can become one of the things that we celebrate. We have amazing hiking sites in Kenya, so why
Okay.
not take a hike?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And maybe just to refresh the memory of our audience and even the new audience that has joined in, James, tell us a bit about your hiking experience, because this is almost your life now.
Yeah, it's this is my
It is
life.
your life,
This
yeah.
is what I do for a living,
Yeah.
and I can do this for free.
Yeah.
Hiking, taking people for hikes, I can do it for free.
Yeah.
So I've been doing it for quite a while now,
Yeah.
and it's been amazing.
Yeah.
It's been also a journey, and I've met quite a number of people.
Right.
Most of them I've introduced them. Others have come asking for doing hikes on Mount Kenya.
Yeah.
But the experience is always different
Yeah.
in each and every hike.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether you're doing the same mountain or the same trail.
Yeah.
But the experience
It's
is
always
usually
different.
different.
So what are some of your highlights? Do you have a favorite now?
Yes, I do have a favorite. Mount Kenya is my favorite, and then followed by Kilimanjaro, and then, but I still have quite a number of trails.
Yeah.
Gong, Logonaut, Elephant Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite
Okay.
a number of them.
Okay.
Yes.
So you would be, I'm sure, absolutely excited to see a national Take a Hike Day, fully fledged here in Kenya. I'm sure that's something that would excite you very much.
Indeed, it would. And we are heading to that. A lot of people now are coming on board.
Yeah.
Young people. And we have to thank maybe the COVID-19.
Yeah.
It gave people off from offices.
Right.
And most of them have started hiking.
Appreciate our
And
beautiful
they've
landscapes.
started appreciating
Yeah.
nature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about why people should even want something like this. Tell us a bit about hiking and what the attraction is. Of course, for James here, it is his life. If I remember correctly, your background was in
Military.
the military.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
And for you, yours began out of a challenge, supporting cancer patients.
Yes, that's correct.
So why should people take interest in this? What does hiking do for? Because now you're like an active hiker.
I'm an active hiker. Just last weekend, I went with the kids to Ngong Hills again.
Okay.
This time alone without a guide, just to
Okay.
feel how different would it be
Yeah.
if James here was not with me.
Okay.
And I can tell you the experience, as he says, I've been to Ngong now 4 times, and the experience is different. You get to notice, see different things at the same time. But that's besides the point. Hiking for me has become an experience where I get to unwind. I get to get away from it all. There is something that the green does to you. There is something that the outdoors, the spaces, the experience does to you in terms of calming your inner self. But it's also an opportunity to connect with yourself. Lots of self-reflection. I can tell you when we were up the mountain, Mount Kenya, and we were walking, and at one point it's yourself and your thoughts, because you're saying, will it ever end? He's taking us on an 18-kilometer hike in places where you're doing boulders and you're lifting yourself, your muscles get exerted.
Yeah.
So it's inner self-reflection, but also with the people around you. You can't be with someone for 18 kilometers, 9 hours of hiking, without finding something that they've never told you about before. So it's also an opportunity to experience others.
Okay.
But the other thing that it does to you is your body. When we started in January, I was at about, I think, 60% body fat. You know what, the way they go and measure you and they
Your
tell you,
BMI?
and yes, my BMI, and they measured and they were like, oh, you know what, Benda, you have the metabolic age of 65.
Wow.
And I was like, yes, it's true. There are days I feel like that.
Yeah.
When we came back from the mountain, I went and I had dropped to a body metabolism of 55 years.
Wow.
So I've dropped 10 years from
That's
that
amazing.
hiking practice.
Congratulations.
Body mass, body weight, body comfort, and I'm going down because I'm not my age yet.
Yeah.
In fact, I intend to be 16 at one point. God
Okay.
help me. But as I do the hikes, it's also part of fitness, and you don't get to feel it.
Yeah.
You only feel it the following day when you wake up, and you have muscles that you never knew existed.
You can't stretch.
There are muscles you didn't know you had, and you have to research to find out what muscle is that. That's why you learn gluteus maximus, and you're like, hallelujah, whatever that is, I have it.
James, do you get sore?
Yes.
You do?
Sometimes.
By the way, don't let James' fine looks over here fool you guys.
Yeah.
This
Yes.
guy, do I remember correctly? Were you like above 60?
No, I'm 56 years.
56 years old, though.
Yeah.
56!
Yes.
I mean, do you get sore?
Yes, I do. Like everybody else.
Okay.
If you walk for a very, very long time or a long distance, you get to feel it because when you act a lot on your muscles,
Yeah.
they tend to overwork and they lose some sort of, they get sore.
Yeah.
But the difference between me and you is that I recover faster
Yeah.
than you would. That is
Okay.
fitness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you've been doing this over.
Because I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
And it has been like a continuous process.
But I love what Benda is saying,
Yes.
that this has been, it's had double advantages for you. You've been able, maybe more than that, triple, if not quadruple, you've been able to spend time with your kids. You're able to clear your mind and have this, self-reflection time, enjoy our beautiful scenery in this country.
Yep.
And at the same time, your body is benefiting from it. So maybe you found your exercise routine.
Oh, I
Because a
found
lot of
it.
us really struggle with that, and perhaps this could be one of the things that a lot of people can turn
I found
to.
it.
Yeah.
In fact, now when you talk about sore, the days that I've not hiked for a while, so when we came back in September, the whole of October, I took time out. I'm like, you know what? I've tortured this body enough. Do you know, I started feeling pain in places. My body is telling me, where is the action? Bring it back. And I had to go on the hike with the kids.
Yeah.
And for me, taking the kids was an excuse. It was really a treat to myself. It was Benda, get a reason to hike.
Yeah.
So today is a take a hike day.
Okay.
When I heard about it the first time, I thought, take a hike. It means send somebody off.
Yes.
But really, it's about take a hike, get yourself on the move.
Okay.
Take a hike.
So Benda has touched on a few of, I guess, the benefits of this, but I don't know if there are any others that you'd want to mention, James, or even just sort of the sort of skills that one can establish through hiking.
Some of the other benefits that you really need, you get when you start hiking is it's very, the cardiovascular, the heart diseases, you are able to not really keep them away, but it can help in that.
Yeah.
It also helps in type 2 diabetes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the burning of fats and the burning of sugars and stuff like that
Yeah.
really helps you.
Okay.
The other thing is that you get to appreciate nature. So when you're doing it, and this is for the young people and for the kids, they tend to appreciate things that are not inside their houses. So when they get out in nature, they start appreciating the trees, the animals that we see. And at some points they get to know it's important to take care of them, like conservation and that. So those are some of the benefits.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
If I can also add, Joyce.
Yeah.
I
As you do
noticed
that, they're
with
going to
the
be
people-
rolling some pictures, actually,
Yeah.
for us to see.
Fantastic. I remember for some of the people that I was hiking with, because they were really cancer survivors and caregivers, I noticed that when we started, they were saying, I want to do this as a personal journey. But then the one thing that I picked was some of them are sleeping better now. There before, insomnia was a real issue.
Sure.
They sleep better. Others, they mentioned some of the benefits that they've gotten is being better able to relate with their emotions. Having a cancer journey and then coming out of it can be quite traumatizing.
Yeah.
But now they're able to be more calmer, better able to deal with issues as they come along. So it builds composure,
Okay.
but it also builds resilience and confidence.
Sure.
They are talking all over social media, on international platforms, telling their stories, owning their stories because of that confidence
All right.
and discipline.
I want you
I
guys
see
to
the
explain
photos.
to us what we're looking at here on these photos.
Yeah.
That's Nanyuki. Nanyuki, the equator. Some people had never been out of Nairobi that long distance. And it was exciting to be able to cross a line that we're told is there, but you can't see it physically. What you see is that signage. It's amazing, from north to south. And Kenya, we have that.
Yeah.
This is the team still taking photos with the, oh my goodness, that's the mountain. I recall it snowed heavily.
Oh, yeah.
You know, in Kenya, heavy snow to about 2 inches, 3
Yeah,
inches.
2 inches. three,
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It
So you
was
don't have to go
amazing.
too far to
No,
see some snow.
No.
It's in Kenya.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it was amazing.
Yeah.
Then the team effort, the getting together as a team, working together as a team, realizing that it's not an alone journey, it's all of us working together. It was amazing.
These are
Getting
ladies
that's
with the
discipline.
Kilele
That's the
challenge?
ladies with the Kilele challenge.
Okay.
We often had the bus because then we wanted to be together as a team,
Okay.
as opposed to traveling alone. A team of 15. The van can take up to 34, but because of COVID-19, we were very careful
Okay.
to be together as a team.
All right.
That's at the entry Sirimon route. That's the
Okay.
one we took,
Okay.
which was easier. I think James can explain why Sirimon.
Yeah, Silimon is a little bit gradual
Okay.
when compared to the other routes.
Okay.
So for beginners and people with conditions, we usually recommend that route.
Right.
It is longer, but gradual.
Okay.
You go up slowly
Okay.
and you take more days. That
Okay.
give you enough time to acclimatize and also get used to the altitude.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. Let's talk about beginners and wow, and those are beautiful pictures. You can see the landscapes there.
Oh, yes.
Is that the ceremony?
That's actually Shiptons.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's at the mountain foot.
Okay.
You know, people assume Mount Kenya is like you go and you go up.
Right.
It's a long distance of walking, and then you get to Shipton. Place is cold. Oh, Lord.
That's 4,200 meters above sea level.
Right.
And that's the last day you do before you now do the summit.
The summit.
Okay.
Yeah, the summit.
Whoa! Oh dear! Look at that person.
People get so tired
Oh,
at times.
no. Oh dear.
You know, this reminds me. This reminds
But
me
that
of
was on our
Elephant
way
Hill.
down.
This reminds me Elephant Hill.
Yeah.
And they call it a hill, and it's not a hill. When you get to Elephant Hill, the point of despair, this
Yeah.
is how despair looks like.
Oh my goodness. Poor person.
But one should not be discouraged by
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
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 You know, it's
That's on
part
the-
of it's part of the experience.
Yes.
And
Yes.
overcoming it, right?
Overcoming.
Getting back up.
Yeah. That's on the way to the
and
summit.
discipline. That's
Okay.
on the way to
Around
the summit.
300 meters to the summit. So it's a boulder you really have to climb on
Man, that
the
looks
rocks.
cold.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and
cold.
that's why I was
and actually
giving
it
up.
was snowing at
Yes.
that time. That's
So,
when it started.
Mr. James, let me ask you,
Mm.
because you know you're talking about a route being good for beginners, but for someone who is just starting out with this,
Mm.
we're seeing you guys are out in snow, lying on rocks,
Mm.
in these jackets. You know, how does one get started? Like, say they've never done a hike before, but it's something that maybe by seeing you two here, they're encouraged and they're challenged to actually try and begin. How do they get started?
To get started is actually to make up your mind and just get out of your house and start doing whatever hike. It is progressive. I remember when we started with them, we started with Arboretum and then we went to Karura. Karura, there's no hill, there's no mountain, it's just flat. And these people were complaining a lot. They had walked so long.
Telling our secrets.
Little did they know that that was just the beginning. So
Yes.
progressively we went to Gong, we
Yeah.
went to Lagonaut, we went to Elephant Hill,
Right.
and that prepares you now for
Okay.
the main challenge.
So to cheza chini, you don't just decide and wake up tomorrow that you're going to climb Mount Kenya in December.
Yeah, there are some people who decide doing that. Some of them do make it.
Yeah.
But it takes
If
a
you're
lot.
very fit.
Yeah,
If
it
you're-
takes a toll,
Yeah. Yeah.
both on your mind and the physical being,
Right.
because you've not trained for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a long-term game. This
Yeah.
is it's really becoming a lifestyle,
Yes,
essentially.
it is.
If you're to be able to do this,
It is.
and I think we had touched on this last time, but maybe you can touch a bit on the clothing and the gear that you guys are wearing there, because that must also be an investment. You need to get the right gear and the right clothes.
Yeah, you really need to have somebody to guide you on the type of clothing that you need to do. Because when you're doing gong or logonaut, the clothing and the shoes that you are using might not be appropriate to walk on snow. So, but as when you engage us, we are able to take you through what you really need, and we are also able to help you acquire them.
Yeah.
We can also give you places or contacts where you are able to get the clothing.
Okay.
And then we advise exactly what type of clothing that you need, because some of them look good to walk on cold, or in a cold day, but they are not appropriate for the mountain. So there's specific mountain gear and mountain kit.
All right.
And shoes.
And shoes.
And
Yes,
Oh,
most
I cannot
definitely.
ever emphasize the shoes. If you're going to hike, get proper hiking shoes, because it could make the difference between your safety, your comfort, and also your future use of those legs that you're hiking in. Get proper gear.
Sure.
Yeah.
And Benda, maybe as we prepare to wrap up here, any hikes coming up for you?
Oh yes, every month we're doing a hike. James will talk about more of the hikes that we're doing.
Okay.
But every month we're doing a hike because now we're preparing to do Kilele 2021.
Okay.
And again, we're going to be recruiting people who can join us on the journey. They don't have to be experts.
Yeah.
They just have to have that commitment that they want to hike the journey, because there is so much more to learn. There is the mental, physical, spiritual, as well as financial planning for you to be able to hike the mountain with us.
Sure.
But James has a trip coming up for Mount Kenya.
Yes, I
Talk
have.
about
Wow.
I have
Before
a trip.
the end of the year?
Yes, before the end of the year. I have
Okay.
a trip from the 11th to the 15th of December.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's
Over
5 days
Jamboree Day.
on Mount Kenya,
Wow.
starting from the Shogoria side. The Shogoria side of the mountain is the eastern side of the mountain.
Okay.
And then you exit through the northern side,
Okay.
the northern western side of the mountain. That's Sirimon route.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of actually two routes,
Okay.
where you have to experience, there are lakes up on Mount
Wow,
Kenya.
beautiful.
So you experience two very good lakes, very beautiful sceneries going up, and also while coming down.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, so-
Amazing. How can people take part? Is it open for people to come and
Yes,
take part with you?
this is an open, it's a group joining mountain expedition.
Okay.
So as many people can join in.
Okay.
And we've put it on our Facebook page.
Okay.
It's from the 11th to the 16th.
That's on
To the
Arctrex
15th,
Arctrex
Arctrex
Safaris.
Safaris.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
And to also be able to find about the treks as well as the plans that are ongoing,
Yes.
they can also follow Kilele Challenge.
Yeah.
Hashtag Kilele Challenge.
Okay.
They will see the activities that we have planned.
Yeah.
And that's the easiest way to find us. If you find Kilele Challenge, you'll be able to find Arctrex because we follow each other and
Okay.
Yeah.
we are committed to walk this journey together.
Great,
Yeah.
great. Well, thank you both once again for coming on to the
Thank
show
you.
and letting us know now about international or national Take
Are
a
you
Hike
taking
Day.
a hike today?
Today, no, guy. Look
Are
at
you taking a hike this weekend?
I need to go and run around
Joyce,
in
take a
Arboretum.
hike.
I need to go and run around in Arboretum. We've been told it's a gradual process.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's a
yes.
gradual.
I need to be able to walk into studio next
Yeah.
week.
Yes.
How about that?
Yes, how about that?
Maybe something
So-
very important again is that we do not only have scheduled hikes or day hikes. We can actually prepare and set aside dates for you
Okay.
when
can
you
customize
are
trips.
free.
Yes.
So we
Yes.
customize
Yes.
trips and safaris for you.
Fantastic.
So it doesn't have to, you wait until when we post.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Mr. James Kariuki, always a pleasure seeing you and having you here on the show.
Thank you so
Same to you, Benda.
Thank
and
you.
congratulations to you guys. Keep it up, man.
Thank
We're looking
you.
for you to be 16, right?
Yeah.
That's the goal.
That's the word.
You go, girl.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, guys, I need to wrap up for the day. Thank you so much for being here and for your company. I do appreciate you. Let's catch up here tomorrow for even more Full Circle with Joyce. Until then, God bless you and have yourselves a wonderful day. Ciao.